Hello, Leo. This is your June 2021. Leo, the first card that came up for you is, in fact, the Two of Swords. With the Two of Swords, Leo, it talks about trusting your intuition. It also talks about having a blindfold on, having unseen options. This card also talks about compromise is needed, a stalemate in negotiations. So what this is really about for the month of June, Leo, is that, you tend to look back at the past a lot. And you tend to want to renegotiate something from the past, which in fact, deserves no negotiation. This could possibly be an addiction. This could possibly be a toxic relationship or toxic behaviors and patterns that you once had. You're trying to reach a certain goal, Leos, but yet the actions that you're showing and doing are things that you would not do in order to get to where you claim your goal is, or to get to where your desired destination is. If you're trying to reach something with someone in a partnership or relationship, if you're trying to reach a certain goal with them, if you're trying to uncover what's there between the two of you, if you're trying to build a future with one significant person, then involving other people in your relationship, creating complications, creating challenges on both sides is not going to help. Or if they're doing this, this could be your partner still involved with someone or involved with different people that is just creating toxicity for your relationship. You can't have the best of both worlds. You can't have the single world and the relationship world with commitment at the same time. It's not possible. If this is your partner who is trying to involve other people in their life, which was creating problems between the two of you, then this is where things need to change, or you will lose everything. During the month of June, this particular card with the Two of Swords, somebody's going to get cut here. Somebody's going to get hurt here. Those swords are very sharp. Somebody may be using words or arguing with very harsh words, name calling, or calling someone out of their name. For some of you, this could be about making a tough decision of cutting away what's no longer serving you. Perhaps your partner is no longer serving you and the position in the relationship. Maybe perhaps you are not serving your partner. Either way, there is a compromise here that is needed. You both need to get on the same page. The only way to do this is through communication, but right now showing the crisscross of these swords means that you're not talking. Somebody's got something against your throat, or you have something against your throat. You're not speaking what you really feel, but you're expecting the other person to understand that, or vice versa. Or vice versa. Leo, there's been a struggle back and forth for quite some time. Someone is definitely struggling here with keeping themselves afloat. Somebody may be struggling here to stay in recovery. Somebody may be struggling here to stay in a good place with their finances. Somebody may be also sinking financially. Somebody may be making poor choices. Again, it shows up. Poor choices and decisions here that have to do with not only themselves or yourself, but it also has to do with the other person. Two wrongs never make a right. Leo, two wrongs never make a right. Also understanding that these childish games, well, if you do it, I'm going to do it. Well, again, I got to say it again, Leos, two wrongs don't make a right. It's time for Leos to begin to take action in a positive way. If this is a person that you're involved with or you've been involved with, who you are very much in love with and don't want to lose, it is important that you discipline yourself. Conduct yourself in the mannerism according to your age, according to your responsibilities, according to your life situation. For some of you, there's somebody very immature around here. It's either you, Leo, or your partner. This immaturity is believing that every day life is full of fun and games. Life is full of just not being responsible. Life is just full of just eating, cooking, taking a shower, and running, and running, and running. That is not a normal expectation of life. That is not what's expected of you. That is what would be expected of a child. So whether it's you or your partner who needs to take off this blindfold and see reality, see that every day is supposed to be filled with balance of work, communication, love, kindness, respect. If all these things aren't falling into place, then you two are not on the same page. Something is not working out. And it can't work until changes, choices, or decisions are made. The next card that comes up for you is the Chariot card. Somebody may be leaving. Somebody may be driving around. Somebody may be trying to run away. Somebody doesn't want to grow up. Somebody doesn't want to face the problems. Somebody doesn't want to compromise. Somebody feels that they can justify their behaviors or the choices or decisions based on what someone else did. It's time for Leos to move forward quickly before you lose everything. It's time to decide what to keep and what to throw away. It's time to decide that you deserve better, that you deserve to be happy, but you also deserve to respect yourself. Again, for some of you, labeled in a relationship but acting as if you're single, make up your mind. You cannot have both. Just like you cannot have alcohol in recovery, cannot have drugs in recovery. You cannot have both. Leos are going to find out in June. Maybe the hard way. Hopefully not. But for some of you, you're going to find out in June what the outcome, what the result, what the consequences will be of somebody not doing what is rightfully expected of them. Somebody who's not playing the proper role in a relationship. If you conduct yourself in a particular mannerism, Leo, your partner will follow. They will follow suit. But if you give in to their quirky ways or to their behaviors or their childish ways, then there's just two children that are being dealt with instead of one adult and one child. Things will quickly spiral out of control and end quickly. It's okay to be home and bored sometimes. It's okay to have nothing to do but watch TV. It's okay if your partner has to work a lot of hours and you're home. It's okay if at the end of the day, when they return, you spend some quality time to make up for the lost time. It's okay right now for some of you who are dealing with a third-party situation. Something is going to end quickly, but it is not going to end in the favor of the person who chose the third party. The person who was trying to have their cake and eat it too is going to lose and will have choices and decisions to make. They will hit a rock bottom, so to speak. The only way they'll have to go is up. During the month of June, a lot of Leos will find themselves disheartened. They will find themselves confused in the situation. They're going to find themselves feeling pity for themselves. A lot of Leos are going to find out that something they're doing to their self. They're not even aware of what they're doing. Either Leos or Leo's partners. When someone sees the final outcome of a situation, they're going to be shocked. Act as if they didn't know it was coming. Yet their behaviors and actions, what did they think they were going to get from that? June for a lot of Leos could be a new beginning, a fresh start. It also could be a new job, more money, freedom, and having independence as well. Some Leos need to leave what's in the past because they are not safe around that. They've saved themselves and gotten away. Leos have gotten away from some toxic behaviors and have moved forward. But some Leos keep trying to look back at something that they don't need anymore. You don't take the trash out and then go back and retrieve that trash bag and bring it into your home. If you took the trash out, leave it out where it belongs. Again, Leos, financially, you could be okay for the month of June, depending on your choices and decisions. Depending on your responsibility that you give yourself. Depending on the demand of respect that you must insist that you take on and you give to others as well. Some of you Leos are making very hasty decisions or still basing your success on somebody else's thoughts or behaviors. Leo, it's just a matter of getting your mind back into the right frame, into the right mindset. It's just a matter of pulling yourself together. It's a matter of knowing this is what I want, this is what I don't want. This is what I don't want them to do, so I'm not going to do that either. It's really that simple. Some of you are making your life much harder than it has to be in the month of June. There is balance needed here desperately for Leos. Leos, I think after hearing this video, you're going to be able to get some type of light switch that turns on. You're going to finally understand that, I can change this all if I choose to. You definitely have the power within you, Leo, to make a difference and to make things better. Going from being so happy and so content and moving forward and growing and learning to being confused, stuck, making bad choices and decisions, veering off track. There's a huge difference there from one day to the next. Why such a dramatic change? What changed your mindset? What made you fall back? What made you go back to something that was toxic? Remove that toxicity immediately and get back on track fast before you lose everything, Leo, in the month of June. Leo, let the storms pass. Let your heart lead you in the right direction, but let your mind knows the difference between right and wrong. Let your mind tell you, no, that's not good for me. I don't want it. Move forward. Get out of there. Take yourself out of the situation. Take yourself out of the area. Take yourself away from those people that tend to push you in the wrong direction. Somebody in the month of June thinks they can have their cake and eat it too. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. So with that being said, Leo, definitely a tough month for you today as I'm reading for your monthly for June. And I must say, you have the strength and power to turn this around. You can turn your June into a very big blessing, or you can turn it into your worst nightmare. What are you going to do, Leo? What are you going to do?